freedom, wind, and peace. These words have deeper meanings and emotions attached to them when it comes to motorcycle touring. While some might argue that traveling solo on a bike is much better than traveling as a group, there are a few disadvantages and advantages to traveling solo on a bike. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I just want to cover a few advantages and disadvantages that you have when it comes to solo bike touring or touring in a bike with a group of people. The first advantages to traveling solo on a bike is the freedom that you get. You get to choose your own timelines, your own schedules, your own itineraries, and you get to break it whenever you want to feed your sense of adventure on the go. You will not be wearing anybody down or dragging anybody down along with you, and you will get to take as many breaks as you want, change the plans as frequent as you want. That freedom you will never get when you're traveling with a group. The second major advantage is that you get to make new connections. When you travel as a group, you tend to stay with your group. You'll tend to do all the activities as a group, and you'll not tend to communicate with random strangers or other riders that you come across along your journey. When you're traveling solo, even for the shyest of introverts, you'll be forced to ask for help, and you will meet a lot of new people where you're staying at, and you'll come across a lot of other solo riders, and you'll get to hear more stories, adventures, join a random group and go along with them. And that whole experience is very surreal. So traveling solo opens up a whole new world of making new connections, meeting new people, hearing a lot of stories, and it is another worthy experience. The third major advantage would be that you get to enjoy moments how much ever time you want and the way you want it. Like whenever you go to a tourist spot or an offbeat place on your bike, if you're along with a group, you will have strict time schedules, so you cannot stay there as long as you want. You cannot click pictures and shoot videos or anything like that as long as you want, because you'll be wearing the whole group down, or you will be forcing them to wait for you. And second thing is that what I've experienced, like when you see beautiful places that you come across on the road, you tend to get emotional. You tend to sit and relax and just take in those moments and enjoy those moments. But when you are with a group, you will feel a bit embarrassed. You will feel shy to you do whatever you want, like look at the scenery, just smile, laugh, cry, or even do a little dance of your own. So these all are the small moments that comes with motorcycle touring that you'll tend to miss if you travel with a group. Coming to the disadvantages of riding solo, the first and foremost would be safety. Solo riders are obviously more vulnerable than group riders. Often riding solo, especially to remote locations, camping in remote locations alone, comes with its fair share of being confronted by either animals or humans alike. Avoiding riding in the dark, avoiding going to very remote locations alone, having proper navigation equipments with you are some of the ways that you can adopt to mitigate the risk to a certain level. Moreover, having each other's back during any medical emergency or any emergency related to the motorcycle is the best part of traveling as a group. The second disadvantage would be traveling solo is a little bit more expensive than traveling as a group, especially when it comes to accommodation, tickets and all that. Often you'll get to, you'll have to stay in rooms which are double bedded and all that, where staying with one more person or as a group can effectively cut down your cost, but when you're traveling solo, you cannot do that. Tourist destination tickets or traveling, if you have to take a public transport like an auto or something like that, then you cannot split and share the expenses. So traveling solo is a little bit on the expensive side. The last disadvantage would be simple loneliness. Traveling in highways for a long period of time, especially when you're out there on the highways for many days, can get a bit lonely. You will miss speaking to someone, you will miss the company of your friends and family and all that. It can get a little bit lonely when you're riding for long hours on the highway or staying for long durations at a place. Taking a break from traveling for long hours and calling somebody back home, like your friends or family, can be refreshing at these times of loneliness. With all that being said, traveling solo on a bike or with a group of riders boils down to pure personal preference. For me, I would choose to travel solo any time of the day because of the experience that comes along with it. For someone like me who's an introvert and shy, I would normally not step out of my comfort zone and talk to people if I'm already in a group that I'm comfortable with. But traveling solo forces you to engage in conversations that otherwise you would normally shy away from. Traveling solo has opened up a lot of contacts for me, a lot of new experiences, getting to know a lot of stories, a lot of adventures and all that. But I'll still choose to travel in a group when it comes to traveling to remote locations, camping at remote locations, or going for any hardcore off-road trails and all that stuff. The one way that you can know which one suits you better, whether it is traveling solo or whether it is traveling as a group, is to go out there and experience both on its own. Then only you'll come to know which you like the best. Anyways, as always, ride safe. That's more important. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.